The solar hi-fi transistor radio from around 1960. Imagine solar without those pesky solar cells, and hi-fi from a 2.5-inch speaker. How do they do it? It's a miracle. A miracle or a lie. Okay, I won't string you along. It's a lie. Or is that too strong a word for it? After all, we name our children things like Mason and Iris and Baron. That doesn't make them bricklayers or flowers or lords. And these are Jolly Ranchers, not these. I suppose the question is one of intent. Are the words used in branding this radio designed to mislead? I think the answer here is yes, rather obviously. Stylewise, this radio reminds me of some radios branded Holiday. There's a video on this channel of a similar radio with the Holiday brand. It's a lot fancier than the solar hi-fi radio we're looking at today. This plainer version does not have a whole lot going for it other than that solar hi-fi name. That was probably true when it was new, and it's true now. It's in my collection for that reason. You see, and this may sound a little strange, but among the things I like to collect are lies. Let me put it this way. I collect things, of course, but I also collect ideas, like a list I keep of people's quotations that I've heard and saved. This radio is a thing, of course, but it is the idea of it that I'm really collecting here. The idea being the fakery of it, the dishonesty. Those of you familiar with this channel know I find this sort of thing amusing and like to call it out, as in this video featuring some similar bits of fakery, amusing products branded Panashiba. Who buys this stuff? And look at these batteries that completely mimic the Panasonic look, branded Penesamig. There's a sucker born every minute, the saying goes, and that explains why telemarketers still exist and why people would buy Sqny batteries. Sometimes when I'm particularly dismayed by the actions of some lying politician, I take a little comfort in things like this. I don't know why it makes me feel better to know the whole world is corrupt, but somehow it does. It relaxes me, you know? So we could open it up and look at the chassis, but, why bother? I can guarantee you there are no solar cells in there, for the obvious reason that they would go on the outside, not inside. And I can guarantee that the little speaker is just a conventional, tinny little transistor radio speaker that is as hi-fi as the Pope is Presbyterian. What's that? You really want to see inside this radio? Okay, let's compromise. Here's the inside of that other radio, the Holiday. I'm sure it's the same, except, of course, that the solar radio has miracle solar cells inside of it that work in the dark. But we'll never know, will we? The configuration of this battery compartment on the back of the radio is reminiscent of early American-made transistor radios from Raytheon and from Admiral. This I mention just to hear myself talk.